Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome, everyone, to our deep dive into what feels like a real turning point in the story. Chapter 3, Body Double, based on the Forever Dreaming transcripts.
Absolutely.
Our mission today, well, it's more than just a recap. We're aiming to really pull out the key insights, Look at how this episode seriously shifts the narrative and what it tells us about where things are heading.
Mm-hmm.
And digging into a script gives us this, unique view, right?
Mm-hmm.
Straight into the dialogue, the intended beats. It's almost like having the blueprints for Riverdale's secrets.
It really is. And what's so fascinating here, this isn't just another episode in the sequence. It genuinely feels like a pivot. Those first ideas you might have had about Riverdale being simple, the character straightforward.
Yeah, gone.
Utterly shattered. We get these new, much more complex layers peeled back. It challenges everything we thought we knew up to this point.
Yeah.
So this deep dive, it's going to show how, truths get twisted into lies, how characters get pushed right to their limits, and reveal some really unexpected, sometimes kind of alarming sides to them. It's a game changer.
That's a great way to put it. Because right away, we get hit with that massive confession. Completely reframes Jason Blossom's murder timeline.
From Cheryl, of course.
From Cheryl. In biology class, no less, just drops, I'm guilty. And immediately you're thinking, guilty of what?
The tension, even just reading it on the page, it's thick, isn't it? But she clarifies pretty quickly. Not guilty of murder. She insists she loved Jason more than herself.
Right.
No, she's guilty of lying. Lying about July 4th. And this is where the story really starts to fracture, where those first big cracks appear in that, perfect Riverdale facade.
And that leads us straight into this absolutely wild plan. Jason, desperate to leave Riverdale forever, asking Cheryl to help fake his death.
Just to escape their parents, Penelope and Clifford. That alone tells you something intense is going on in that family.
It paints such a picture of desperation, doesn't it? He'd rather be dead than stay under their control. It's almost unthinkable.
And the chosen spot, Sweetwater River, already becoming this hub of secrets.
The story was supposed to be simple. Early boat ride, boat capsizes, Jason drowns, classic tragedy.
But then Cheryl drops the twist, the core of the lie. We made it to the other side dry as bones.
Chilling line.
It is. She last saw him on the Greendale side. He was supposed to contact her within a month. Once he was somewhere safe, somewhere their parents couldn't reach him.
So let's unpack that. What does it really tell us about Jason's state of mind and that family relationship? It must have been suffocating.
Immensely. Faking your own death. That speaks volumes about the kind of oppressive, maybe psychologically damaging environment he was in.
He chose complete erasure over confrontation.
Exactly. Suggests a long history of fear, control, maybe worse. And Cheryl's role in it. Her total dedication to his plan. It highlights this incredibly deep, maybe even unhealthy bond they had.
Yeah, very intense.
It isolated her completely, didn't it?
Yeah.
She became his only ally in this huge deception. Yeah, her loyalty is kind of admirable, but also really disturbing when you think about her waiting alone for that call.
And the big implication for the mystery. This shatters the July 4th timeline, the autopsy report, which Penelope later admits to leaking.
Okay, get to that leak, yeah.
It says Jason died around July 11th. That leaves a whole week unaccounted for.
A critical missing week.
Right.
Suddenly, the question isn't just who killed Jason, but what happened between July 4th and July 11th. Who had him? Where was he?
It transforms the crime, doesn't it? From potentially impulsive to something much darker, more drawn out.
Calculated.
Absolutely. Who holds someone captive for a week? It suggests a level of cruelty, a deeper motive than just a quick murder. This gap creates this pervasive sense of unease. The villain isn't just a killer, maybe they're a tormentor.
And that uncertainty, that missing time, it just hangs over everything going forward.
For a long time. And the fallout from Cheryl's confession. Equally revealing about the town itself. Her parents show up. Oh, Penelope and Clifford. Right on cue.
And their first reaction isn't concern for their daughter, it's anger. Accusing her of lying, damaging the family name. It's all about control and image.
Chillingly self-absorbed. But then Penelope drops that bomb on Alice Cooper. That she leaked the autopsy report to the Riverdale Register.
This is such a key moment. It's not just gossip. It shows how power works in Riverdale. Penelope weaponizes the media, uses her son's autopsy details to manage the narrative, exert influence.
Even if it undermines her own daughter's story.
Exactly. It reveals the ruthlessness of these old money families. Image over empathy, power over truth. Her line, "People are loving the coverage," is just cold.
Yeah.
She's actively interfering with the investigation, manipulating public opinion, all for control. It shows this deep corruption within the town's elite. Secrets are currency. Tragedy is just content.
It sets a disturbing precedent for how information gets twisted in this town.
Definitely.
Okay, so moving from one July 4th secret and one very troubled family to another kind of secret, we shift to Archie Andrews.
Right, Archie's also got his own July 4th burden.
He initially lied, didn't he? Told Sheriff Keller, told his dad, Fred, he was on a road trip with Jughead. A pretty flimsy story.
Doesn't hold up for long. He pretty reluctantly admits, yeah, he heard the gunshot too. And, crucially, where he was and who he was with.
At the river. With Mrs. Grundy.
And his reason for lying. I didn't want to drag you into it, Dad. Classic Archie trying to protect someone, but also maybe protecting himself from the fallout.
You really feel his conflict, though. Wants to help, wants to tell the truth about the gunshot, but it means exposing this forbidden relationship.
It's a huge dilemma for him. And how does Fred react? He must cut deep, finding out his son lied about something so serious. Fred's such an honest guy.
It definitely strains things. Fred grounds him, right? 2 weeks. And that line, "You're pretty far from perfect lately, Archie." It's disappointment, more than just anger.
Yeah, Fred's teaching him about consequences, about the weight of lies. But connecting this to the bigger picture, it surprisingly leads to some, well, unexpected support for Archie, doesn't it?
Totally unexpected. Cheryl steps in.
Amidst all her own drama.
Right. Offers him this repayment, connects him with Josie and the Pussycats, a real pathway for his music. Her reasoning is very Cheryl. Jason would want you to be rewarded. Like, using Archie to somehow honor Jason.
It's twisted, but it works for Archie. And then Mrs. Grundy herself makes a move.
Yeah, at the taste of Riverdale, bold move.
Very bold. She talks to Fred, vouches for Archie's talent, calls it unquestionable. It's incredibly smooth, almost calculated.
It feels like she's managing the situation, right? Validating Archie's time with her, making it seem like it was all about music, winning Fred over.
It's subtle manipulation, and it works. Because then Fred does something really surprising.
The garage.
He starts soundproofing the garage. No big lecture about the lie, just this physical act of support for Archie's music.
It's powerful, like saying, I don't like the lying, but I believe in your dream. It kind of resets their relationship, despite the conflict.
It absolutely does. It solidifies Archie's music as a serious path, something his dad is now invested in. But, and this is crucial,
The Grundy secret is still there.
still simmering. Now with Fred's, unwitting approval of her influence, it ties Archie's dream directly to this dangerous secret.
Which is just asking for trouble down the line, especially now we know she was at the river for real.
Exactly. It foreshadows huge future conflict. That truth about Grundy is a ticking time bomb. It's bound to explode and impact Archie, Fred, the whole investigation.
Okay, so from those secrets, we move to something that exposes a different kind of darkness in Riverdale, high school itself.
Yeah, the Sticky Maple incident
Yeah.
and Veronica Lodge.
This one is just grim. Veronica goes on a date with Chuck Clayton, football star, thinks he's great, part of her plan to reinvent herself.
He's charming, popular.
Then the next day, bam, this horrible, humiliating story about her spreads like wildfire. Classic slut-shaming, completely fabricated by Chuck and his buddies.
And in a small town like Riverdale, that kind of thing can be devastating. How does Veronica, this newcomer trying to start fresh, handle it?
Her reaction is pure Veronica, immediate fire. I will cut the brakes on his souped-up phallic symbol. No shrinking violet here.
Yeah, it shows her resilience straight away. She refuses to be a victim, refuses to let them define her. That fierceness is key to her character.
But it gets worse, right? It's not just Chuck being a jerk, it's systemic.
Exactly. The discovery of the playbook.
Yeah.
That's what elevates this beyond just one incident. It reveals this ingrained, deeply misogynistic culture within the football team.
This secret scorekeeping book. Rating girls, documenting conquests. It's sickening.
Truly vile. And then Ethel Muggs steps forward. Her confession is heartbreaking. Chuck spread rumors about her sloppy seconds written on her locker.
Even though, as she says, nothing happened.
It shows how insidious it is. The power these boys have to destroy reputations with just words. It's emotional violence. And Cheryl's initial reaction is interesting, too.
Right, she dismisses it at first. Says Jason, as co-captain, would never allow such a thing.
Shows her denial about Jason, doesn't it? Protecting this idealized image of him, even when faced with evidence that contradicts it. That theme keeps coming back.
Okay, let's unpack this, because it's a huge moment for Betty. Our good girl, Betty. Initially, she wants to go to the principal, right? The official channels.
The proper way? But Veronica's not having it. She pushes for something more direct, something that hits them where they live.
Which leads to Betty's transformation. That scene is unforgettable.
It's a real whoa moment. Pulls back the curtain on a side of Betty we haven't seen. She and Veronica team up, and Cheryl actually helps them.
Maybe to find out the truth about Jason herself.
Yeah.
Or just likes the drama.
Probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
They get into the locker room, find the playbook,
Yeah.
and the contents are, horrifying. But the real trigger for Betty, seeing her sister Polly's name in the book next to Jason Blossom's name. That connection, implying Jason was part of this, or at least associated with Polly in this degrading context.
It just breaks something in Betty.
It completely shatters her. Any illusions about Jason, about her sister's situation, gone. And then the confrontation in the hot tub.
Intense doesn't even cover it. Betty puts on the dark wig, Polly's lipstick. She becomes someone else entirely.
Forces Chuck to apologize to Veronica.
Yep.
But then, the really scary part, she calls him Jason. Demands he apologize for destroying Polly. It's terrifying.
It's that Dr. Jekyll, Mistress Hyde thing Jughead mentions. This hidden darkness, this rage just pours out of her. It's fueled by love for her sister and need for justice, but it's unsettling.
Deeply unsettling.
Yeah.
Shows Betty isn't just the sweet girl next door. There's this raw, primal force inside her, and now it's been unleashed. You realize even the seemingly purest characters in this town have these hidden depths.
And that capacity for extreme action, it makes her way more unpredictable.
Absolutely. It's a defining moment for her character. This darkness will resurface. You can bet on it. It'll be both an asset and a danger for her down the line.
So, the immediate outcome. Coach Clayton cuts Chuck and his crew from the team. Damage control, mostly.
Pretty much. And Jughead's narration nails the significance. Betty and Veronica, now B and V, maybe forever, had been forged. They walked through the fire and survived.
The birth of an iconic duo.
Forged in shared injustice. This alliance is going to be crucial for them, navigating everything Riverdale throws their way. A symbol of female solidarity against the town's toxicity.
And Jughead also warns, the consequences for Chuck and his friends would have terrible consequences.
Right. Explicit foreshadowing. This isn't over. Those boys won't just take this lying down. It signals more conflict, more ripple effects from this incident are coming. Another layer of Riverdale's ugliness exposed.
Okay, so circling back to the core mystery, the July 4th gunshot. The episode brings us back there, but with a game-changing piece of info.
And this is where Jughead really steps into his role as investigator.
Betty gets him writing for the Blue and Gold. He wants complete freedom. She promises he'll get it. Smart move, recognizing his skills.
Definitely. And his first assignment, thanks to Betty's intuition. Investigate Dilton Doily and his scouts.
Seems minor, right?
But Dilton was there. He initially lied to Keller, denied hearing anything.
But Jughead corners him, and Dilton cracks. Admits he fired the gun. Teaching his scouts survival skills, how to shoot. Reveals he's this hardcore survivalist.
So, okay, that solves the mystery of the sound of the gunshot. But it makes Dilton himself more interesting and maybe a bit suspicious.
It does. It answers one question but raises others about Dilton. What else does this survivalist know about Riverdale's dangers? He seems prepared for something. But he doesn't just confess. He offers a trade.
Information for silence. Classic lore move, like you said.
And the information he gives. It's the real bombshell.
He saw Miss Grundy's car.
Oh.
By the river, she was there, unequivocal.
Huge, absolutely massive turning point. Miss Grundy isn't just Archie's secret anymore. Her presence at the river, confirmed by a witness, makes her a person of interest. Seriously.
It elevates her status immediately. She's no longer just tangential to Archie's drama. She's potentially linked to the central crime. A key witness who's been lying. Or maybe worse.
Could she have seen something? Been involved somehow? It changes everything about how we see her.
Completely. Expands the pool of suspects, adds this whole new layer of complexity and suspicion around her. Her reasons for being there suddenly seem much darker than just a secret rendezvous.
And Jughead's closing narration, it just drives home the danger. Dilton Doily had just opened Pandora's box.
And now there was nothing I or anyone could do to save him. Chilling. It's not just about Grundy's secret, it's about the act of uncovering secrets in Riverdale. Once they're out, things spiral.
It suggests Grundy's connection to the case is far deeper, far more dangerous than we thought. Propels the whole mystery forward in a massive way. Makes you question everyone.
Absolutely. So bringing all these threads together, this episode really embodies Jughead's point about the blurring lines. Guilt, innocence, good, evil, life, death.
Yeah, you see it everywhere. Cheryl's lies for love, Archie's lies for loyalty, Betty's darkness for justice. Jason's own hinted at darkness.
It hammers home that idea. We crave absolutes, but life is infinitely more complex. Riverdale isn't black and white. It's all shades of murky gray.
That's the core message, isn't it? And it sets up where these characters are heading. Cheryl, still wrestling with Jason's memory, the family secrets, probably headed for more isolation, more desperate acts. Her denial about Jason is a huge blind spot.
Definitely. And Archie. His music dream is now tangled up with this Grundy secret, which is linked to the murder. Huge potential for conflict with Fred, with his friends. That secret is going to blow up eventually.
And Betty's mistress Hyde. Is that darkness an asset for finding truth, or will it consume her? How does it change her relationships with Jughead, Veronica, plus the whole Polly situation? Still unresolved, still driving her.
She's become one of the most complex players. Veronica, too, has solidified her role as this force for change, this fighter, forged the B&V bond, but also made enemies. That conflict with Chuck's crew isn't finished.
No way. And Jughead, he's no longer just the narrator. He's an investigator holding dangerous knowledge about Grundy. His detachment is gone. He's in the thick of it now.
And the central mystery, that missing week for Jason. Who held him? Why? That becomes the real focus. And Polly's name in the playbook, it forces us to accept Jason wasn't just a victim. Maybe Jason hurt people too.
That complicates everything. And Grundy being at the river.
Right.
What's her real role? Did she see something? Is she involved? Her secret feels much bigger than just Archie now.
Way bigger. Could it connect to Jason's murder? Or something else entirely? It just adds layers upon layers of potential deception.
So summing up, Body Double just rips away that innocent facade, reveals Riverdale as this town tangled in secrets, lies, and a darkness that's always been there. It fundamentally changes our characters, puts them on new, dangerous paths. Those comfortable absolutes, gone, replaced by this messy, complex reality.
Which leads to a final thought, maybe. If life and Riverdale are infinitely more complex than simple good versus evil, and the shadows are only getting deeper, what other truths about the town itself, the place, not just the people, are still buried? What foundational secrets are waiting to be dug up, and what happens when they are?
Something to definitely keep in mind as we keep digging.